I came across a YouTube video a few years ago by Frank Turek and his team at Cross-Examined, which listed easy to remember E's, words that started with an E that help support the truth of Christianity. I couldn't find that original video link to share the video.
Oh, you stink!
But I still remember the E's that were mentioned, so I wanted to share those here. Use them if anyone ever asks you why do you believe in Christianity. So yeah, here are 5 E's that help support Christianity. Number 1, early. The ministry of Jesus dates around 30 AD, and the New Testament is documented to have been written around 50 and 100 AD. This is significant because for a historical document, the dates of the writing actually fall pretty close to the timeline of the dates of the actual events being depicted. These dates also fall within the lifetime of those mentioned in the New Testament. This means that not enough time would have passed for legend to be formed, because other people would know the truth. They would be able to dismiss Paul and the other disciples if they knew what they were saying was a lie. Number 2, eyewitness. The New Testament Gospels are written from eyewitness accounts. The Gospels of Matthew and John were written by disciples of Jesus, while the Gospels of Mark and Luke were written one eyewitness degree away by companions of Paul and Peter. Some people see differences in the Gospel accounts and believe that this discredits Christianity because of the differences, but it's actually the opposite that is true. Reliable eyewitnesses have differences. If you were trying to solve a crime and all the suspects gave you the exact same story, you would most likely believe that they were colluding. Real eyewitness accounts build on each other. They are not exact copies of one another. They have differences and seeming contradictions. What's important though is that even though they may not be exactly the same, they build on each other and have the same consistent message, which is the case for the New Testament Gospels. Number 3, embarrassing. The New Testament contains many embarrassing details that would be counterproductive to anyone who would want to establish a false religion. For example, Peter, a pillar of the early church, is a coward and denies Jesus. The disciples, they're fearful and they hide after the crucifixion. And also, the empty tomb is discovered by women who are considered second-class citizens during this time. These are some examples of embarrassing details included in the Gospels. Someone trying to create a false religion during this time probably would not include these details because it would be seen as discrediting. Number 4, excruciating. Strong evidence suggests that Paul was beheaded in Rome, Peter was crucified upside down, and James, the son of Zebedee, was put to death by Herod. Evidence based on tradition, weaker evidence, but evidence nonetheless, suggests that the other disciples, with the exception of John, died gruesome deaths as well. The early followers of Jesus died gruesome, excruciating, torture deaths. They were in the position to know for sure whether or not the stories they were sharing were true or fabricated. Why would all of them put themselves through all that excruciating torture to hold on to a lie? Unless it's not a lie and it was actually a truth worth dying for. And number 5, external. The Bible is not the only historical text to mention Jesus. He's also mentioned in other external and non-Christian sources too. For example, Josephus, a Jewish scholar of the 1st century, mentions Jesus, who is also mentioned as the Christ, who is the brother of James. Tacitus, a Roman senator and historian, writes that Jesus, the founder of Christianity, was executed by Pontius Pilate. And there are other historical texts too. In fact, most scholars believe that 2 events in Jesus' life are undoubtable. One his baptism in the Jordan River, and 2, his death by crucifixion under Pontius Pilate. So there you have it, 5 easy to remember E's that help support the truth of Christianity. Early, eyewitness, embarrassing, external, and excruciating. If you like this video, please feel free to leave a like and a comment so that I can maybe create more videos like this. And if you feel inclined, please feel free to share this video with a friend too. Or, you know what, it's probably better if you memorize the 5 E's and you share it with them yourself. Alright everybody, until next time.